Welcome to the Marine Channel. My name's David. We're at Southampton today with Sunseeker Southampton. We're living in a post-COVID 2022 where supplies of pretty much anything you want to buy seem to be on huge back order and you have to wait for anything. So when we heard that they had a stock Manhattan 68, we just had to come down and have a look at it, and we want to show you around it. This boat actually did have a buyer for it, but that buyer changed his mind and went and bought a 76. Why wouldn't you? So let's go on board and have a good look round. Right, stepping onto this huge bathing platform we have here, which is hydraulic, so it will lower down into the water. Looking at this very impressive transom here, there's two options for this. The standard option is to have a tender garage in there, which you can put a big Williams in, but this version, this option actually has a crew cabin. So in here we have two nice berths, shower, and you've also got the laundry in there. So without that tender garage, behind this huge door here we have a beach club, and here you can see the door lifting, and in that beach club we have a huge bench seat that'll fold out, which I'll show you in a second, and storage for sea bobs or any other little toys that you've got. So this just pops up here, which means you can sit out staring at the ocean, and here we've got a great feature, which is a little shower. So you hop out of the sea under that shower and wash off that salt water. So really nice feature, and gives you the best of both worlds. If you do go for this option, of course you haven't got the place to store the tender, so it does have to sit on the platform here, but no problem with that. Right, coming up from that huge bathing platform into this huge cockpit. Just feels so light and airy, and you're quite high up here, so you've got a great view over whatever it is you're looking out on. As I said, this boat has been winterized, but we've just taken the covers off this table. Beautiful, solid, look at the thickness of that teak. So it can open out into what is a really nice sized table for numerous people, or just have it closed up for smaller with some cup holders there. Let's have a look at a few of the features. Over here we have mooring winches for the stern. These are big Lumar winches. We've got a foot control down here, so you just press that button, a couple of turns around the winch, crank it up, and some really neat little bins there, so the tails from the ropes, mooring lines, would flop in there so they're neatly out of the way, which is really nice and tidy. Now down here we've got a great control panel. So this panel here controls that huge door that we saw opening up, also controls the passerelle, and also controls the hydraulic bathing platform. So a real centre of everything there. If we come around here, we've got very simple light switches, obviously, for all the lights out here, but we've also got those absolutely essential underwater lights, which turn the sea into a swimming pool at night. Looking down here, this cupboard houses the fuel shut-off taps. You can just see in there. Everything close to hand. And down here, this hatch takes you into the engine room, which we'll take you through to in a little while, and you can have a look at those huge V8 Mans. Right, I'm going to take you around the side deck now, because there's something quite special up on the bow. Right, as I walk down these side decks, A, they're nice and wide, and B, this rail is up to pretty much my waist, so it feels a really safe place to wander around. We've got a door just there by the helm. I was going to say if you were short-handed, but it's quite a big boat to be single-handed on, certainly. A couple of steps up to the bow here, and we have this amazing seating area. Now there is a teak table that lives on there normally, but it has been put away for the winter just to protect it. So obviously there's cushions that sit out here, but it gives you a really nice place to sit, socialise, eat, and if you're stern to moored, it gives you that privacy away from wandering eyes on the dock there. Now at the front of it, just there, with that backrest down, it provides more seating for the table, but with the cushions in place, it's a really nice big sun pad. Now also here we have a frame, if you can just see this here, which allows you to put up a bimini for that area. So this boat is fully med-spec'd. It has tropical air conditioning fitted, so it's ready to go off to the warm climes, and that bimini obviously will give you that protection from the sun there. Then just further at the bow, obviously all the anchor gear, lovely great delta anchor and winch there, and chain locker. I'll just give you a quick shot up there to the Flybridge where we'll go up next, but a beautiful T-top. And I'm just going to wander back down to the cockpit along these really safe and wide decks. Right, I'm now going to go up onto this Flybridge on these very comfortable wide steps, and here we are. I'm going to start at the stern where again the table's been removed to protect it, but you have this huge seating area with storage underneath to socialise, dine, and just look out at that bay. So tremendous views up here, and we are quite high. I think we're probably on one of the highest boats in the marina here. But as we move forward, we come to the wet bar, and if I lift that up, we have a lovely bright Kenyan grill there, sink under there, and then down here we have an ice maker and a fridge in there, an ice maker in there. So really well appointed, gives you everything you need. Just close that up, and then going forward again we have another huge seating area, and this of course is undercover, so it's in the shade, and we come round to this helm position, which is quite impressive. So looking at the view here, and we've got this pop-up shade just to take the wind off the face, and this boat will do over 30 knots, cruises at 23 knots, but here we've got two big screens, MFDs, we've got a wireless phone charging pad there, we've got the MAN engine controls, autopilot, and this actually has the joystick control as well. So I guess a bit like an IPS boat, you can manoeuvre it on the joystick, so it takes the pressure out of berthing. You've got stern and bow thrusters there, and we've got this really cool steering wheel, which is much like a car now, where you've got the controls on there to do everything. This boat has a Sonos waterproof or water resistant system on it, which goes throughout the boat, even down at the bow there, and is an extra which is fitted to this boat. Now, the hardtop here provides great cover, but it also is if I just flip it open, you can see at the back there I'm opening an additional awning that goes over the aft section, and then if I press another button I can take away this huge soft area, and suddenly I'm in this amazing open boat. And again, that just closes up very simply as well. So you've got the best of both worlds there, but an amazing place to be up here. It's frankly quite huge. Again, another sun pad up here. You've got the normal cup holders built in, but great view, great space, plenty of room for a lot of people up here, and you've got the catering facilities there to back it up as well. Right, coming down these steps, which are illuminated at night. They've got little lights on the underside there, which is a really nice touch. We come into the interior of the boat, the saloon itself, and you're first faced with this huge galley, which is kitted out really nicely. And if I had this at home, I'd be very pleased indeed. We've got top quality fittings. We've got Miele oven and a 4-ring hob there, a really nice Frank sink. And over here, we have your main refrigerator. And then down here, we've got 2 drawers. One which I'm guessing is a freezer, and the other one maybe another cool drawer. or maybe a double freezer. But fabulous amount of workspace, plenty of storage, and again, real quality feel to this. This is the silver oak finish on this boat, very contemporary, and this bar area feels like it's totally open to the dining area here, so really A, sociable, and B, easy to pass food over. Now the dining area itself here is this huge bench, L-shaped, and the table itself, as you can see, it's folded up at the moment. We've got cup holders there, but folds out to give a really nice sized dining table. Flop that over. I guess most times you'd probably be outside, hopefully, in the hot weather. But stepping up here, we're into the main socialising saloon area. And I'm just going to open these blinds because I think you need to see, there we go, the size of the windows, because it really brings the outside in. And if you're sitting here, if I sit here, I've just got a great view out into the water and whatever's going on outside there. Very often you sit on a boat and you're actually below the window level and you can't actually see out. So that's a really nice feature. This table here is, again, opens out to be twice the size. And if you don't need that sort of space, just having a few drinks, then it's there. Opposite here, we've got huge TV and storage under for all your AV equipment, as you can see there. Now, interestingly, if we look at the ceiling, we've got this really nice lighting. Now, I don't know whether this is on purpose, but we think that this reflects the hull windows, because if you look at the hull windows, they've got that kind of X feature to them, so I don't know, but it seems to match it to me. So going forward again, we've got a lovely seating area for any passengers while you're on transit and you're moving along. And then over here, well, firstly, look at this amazing helm seat. So drops down for longer passages seating, or if you want to stand, then there you go. It's a bolster to lean against. Now up here, again, I've got amazing view. And if you just look out forward, you know, I can see the bow, I can see the anchor. I've got a really good view of what I'm manoeuvring around. Now let's have a quick look at the helm itself. So again, we've got that car-like steering wheel with all the controls on there, which will control your nav kit. And also then we've got the normal MFD here with showing our plotter. And here we've got a Sunseeker bespoke system that monitors all the engines. So we can tell if we're in gear or not. We've got revs, we've got temperatures, oil pressures, the whole thing there, just to save having a whole load of dials. Here we've got a wireless charging pad for your phone. Here we've got again a USB-C station for any phones, tablets you want to pop in there. Right, over here we've got autopilot, we've got the side power stern and bow thrusters, and here we have the traditional engine controls for these big V8 MANs, but here we've also got that joystick control, so real kind of video game stuff, takes away the stress of trying to maneuver that boat into a tight space. So a lovely, lovely helm station. I'm just quickly going to go over here and have a look. Here we've got storage for I guess nav kit or anything else you want to tuck away. And the view from up here is just tremendous. Great view forward, but with these really deep windows here, you know, I'm just seeing everything. There's really very little obscured. It's tremendous. Okay, let's go down and have a look. So this boat is a 4-cabin boat. Traditionally they're 3, but this has gone for the 4-cabin option. And if we move into this forward VIP, what a luxurious place it is. I'm just quickly going to show you those lights again, which I've got hooked on. Right, so beautiful big double bed, and just look at the quality of the finish here. We've got a light up there, so you get natural light. And again, if I open these, you've got those huge hull windows. Now, if I'm sitting in bed in the morning or evening, that's my view. So I'm looking out at that beautiful bay or watching the kids on their paddle boards. Loads of storage, as you can see. And there we've got hanging. And over here, a huge built-in TV. But not a bad place to be. Not a bad place to be. And of course, it has an ensuite. And that ensuite is beautifully finished. This marble effect walls. Great shower cubicle. Nice little basin. Let's get that. There we go, get a bit of light. And again, you've got storage up here. Great sink, storage underneath. And the loo down there. But that's not a bad ensuite. And that feels very hotel-like to me. Okay, so moving out, we then have two cabins either side. So this is a twin, as you can see, and again, let me just pop that open. We've got those huge hull windows. So great views out. And these two beds actually are on tracks. So we've got heaters in here because, again, as I said, it's been winterized, but those two berths will slide together and make a double, and that's the same on the other side there. And here we've got, again, a really nice cupboard. And this door feels really heavy. It's not a flimsy door, let me tell you. And let's go into the other cabin now. This is exactly the same layout and has these berths which will slide together and give you a double should you want it. Again, you've got that amazing view out, and in here you've got a TV there, but plenty of headroom. I'm 6'2", and I've got plenty of room above my head there. Okay, so these two cabins share this bathroom, which again, beautifully finished. Again, we've got plenty of storage behind here, behind these mirrors, and a lovely shower cubicle with a nice glass door. A pretty chunky shower head up there as well. Really nicely finished. Okay, so that on a, I don't know, 50-foot boat, 55, would be the extent of your accommodation. But that isn't the extent of this accommodation. And if I take you down these steps here, you come to the master cabin, which is totally separate from the rest of the accommodation. And look at that. Look at that. Now this is a brand new boat and smells like a brand new boat. But you've got a huge TV in front of the bed there. On this side, you've got plenty of storage hanging in there, shelves, and look at all those drawers. Cupboards there, nice bedside cabinet. Now this boat has been spec'd with this table area. So if you need to do some work, get the laptop out, then you've got space to do that. The other option there is to have a sofa, so you'd have an equivalent seat here and a little table in the middle there. But again, I'm just going to pop open these blinds because look at that. So again, as I wake up down here in my bed, I open those blinds and watch the sun come up. And how cool is that? But the finish in here just feels like, as I said before, a really high quality hotel. And of course, any master suite isn't complete without an ensuite. So here we've got the ensuite with a nice sized basin, storage under there. We've got another window looking out there, again with blinds. Down here we've got the loo, and then here another really good size walk-in shower cubicle with those glass doors. And again, the headroom in here, I'm just quickly going to turn that round. Again, I'm 6'2", no problem. Now I think I could live in here for quite some time because it is quite luxurious. Okay, I'm going to go back up top now and show you the engines. Right, coming down some lovely stainless steps with checker plate everywhere into this quite amazing engine room. Now here we have the V8 MAN engines. I'm just going to take you for a tour around. Look at that exhaust system, all lagged. And as I move around, got hydraulics there, fire system there, Victron charging there. I'm just going to show you all this because I think this engine room is so beautifully engineered and finished. I think it's worth having a really slow look around it because there is so much in here. It is quite spectacular. Some pretty huge strainers there, looking as clean as I have ever seen the strainers. And here we've got the two engine control systems. Just going round, we've got the calorifier there for your hot water. And if I look on this aft bulkhead, we've got all the distribution for the power here. I'll just pop one of these open and you can see those breakers there. And we've got more here than there are in my house. And if I go around this side, we've got the genset there, the Onan genset. Just look at all this extraction up there, and again those beautiful big exhausts. Now I could quite happily spend hours down here because I love engine rooms, but it is really one of the cleanest, and the access is tremendous as well. Look, I can walk around this engine really easily and get to all sides of it. So working on these would be a dream. And these are V8, so they're quite wide. But that is just amazing. Right, I'm going to pop back up into the cockpit. I've come back to my happy place just to finish up. We hope you enjoyed this tour, and a big thanks to Drew at Sunseeker Southampton for allowing us access. We've loved showing the boat, we've loved the boat itself, and if you have enjoyed it, please do subscribe. Hit that button down there and help us grow this channel. Thanks very much, and we'll see you on the next video.